The Trump administration has launched a new attack on Fed Chair Jerome Powell.
On Friday, the Department of Justice served the Federal Reserve with grand jury subpoenas, threatening a criminal indictment.
But why now? Is it really about a building or testimony? Today, we'll break down the history behind this clash, the hidden political motivation, and what it could mean for the dollar, gold, and silver. This is bigger than headlines. It's about where global money may move next. The US Department of Justice opened an investigation into Fed Chair Jerome Powell on the $2.5 billion renovation of the central bank's headquarters in Washington, D.C., and whether Powell was truthful when he testified before Congress about the project. Powell, however, has stated that the investigation is not actually about the building or his testimony.
The threat of criminal charges is a consequence of the Federal Reserve setting interest rates based on our best assessment of what will serve the public, rather than following the preferences of the president.
For a long time, President Trump has been publicly criticizing Powell. First, he was calling Powell a bunch of insults.
So we have a stupid person, frankly, at the Fed. Too late. I call him Too Late Powell because he's always too late.
But we have a guy that's just a stubborn mule.
In August, he tried to fire Fed Governor Lisa Cook, something no president has done before. Then in September, he was able to fill a vacancy on the Fed's board with his top advisor, Stephen Miran. Trump's main frustration is that the Fed has not cut interest rates as quickly or as deeply as he wants. This disagreement reflects a fundamental clash between Trump's economic priorities and the Fed's official mandate. Trump's administration prioritized stock market performance and GDP growth as indicators of economic success. His approach often favored lower interest rates, accommodative monetary policy, and short-term economic boosts. Powell, meanwhile, was focused on the Fed's dual mandate of maintaining price stability and supporting maximum sustainable employment. I want to remind you that this is a midterm election year in the United States, and the administration will push for lower interest rates just to make the economy look strong before an election. We've seen this before. In the 1970s, President Nixon pressured the Federal Reserve, which contributed to years of high inflation afterwards.
See, Dr. Burns, that's a standing vote of appreciation in advance for lower interest rates and more money.
That's why the Trump-Powell tensions raise serious questions about the importance of central bank independence in modern economies. An independent central bank plays several critical roles. It allows monetary policy to focus on long-term economic stability rather than short-term political goals. It helps maintain credibility with global investors and financial markets, and it acts as a counterbalance to political pressure for excessive spending. So, what does all this mean for you? If investors both in the US and around the world begin to lose confidence in the Fed's independence, the US dollar will weaken. And we may start to see what some analysts are calling a sell America trade, where global investors pull money out of the US stocks, bonds, and even the dollar because they fear the system is becoming unstable. In fact, as soon as news of the investigation broke, the dollar index fell by 0.3%. A weakening dollar will divert money into precious metals. In 2025, the central banks of India and China dumped US treasuries and diversified their balance sheets by buying gold. With the current geopolitical tensions and eroding confidence in the dollar, the central banks will continue to dump more treasuries and buy gold. This will provide a good support to gold and make a very strong case for the price to hit $5,000 by the end of 2026. The fundamentals in silver remain strong, and a weakening dollar will add to its upward momentum. On Monday, its price jumped more than 6% after the news of the investigation. So what's happening between the Fed, the Justice Department, and US politics right now isn't just headline drama. It will directly affect currencies, markets, and global capital flows. If you want a deeper breakdown of what's driving gold and silver, I've covered both in detail in my other videos. Links are in the description. And if you found this helpful, hit the like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more market updates.